All right, guys, this is the video to watch if you want to be a duck owner. Hello, YouTube. What is up? Today, I'm going to be making a video about my 6 Indian runner ducks. They are currently about 3 weeks old, and I wanted to make a video to document the supplies and materials you need if you want to become a duck parent. I'm going to cover everything from housing, bedding, water, heating, food, supplements, and anything else that has come up. So stick around if you want to learn more. Housing.
We have had 3 different containers for our ducks. The first one was this handmade wooden box that we used initially when they came home. We stored that in one of our offices. Come week 2, they were already getting big, and we moved to this large black utility tote that you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. So they've been using this tote, and we've kept them in the garage with the heat lamp on them. While they've been in that tote during the day, we'll bring them out here into this structure we created with a dog tent that we had. This has ended up working out really great. We go in and out and check on them during the day, and then at night we'll clean them up and bring them back into the garage into that black tote. So now their final house that they're going to have is this large one that my husband has been working on. It's going to be a large wooden house and then this outdoor area that's connected. It's going to be completely safe from any predators or anything getting inside. We might also throw a pool in there, but very excited to have this done. So today was the first day where at least the wiring on the bottom was complete, so we could put them in there to check it out, and they seem to really like it. For bedding, we use these premium fine shavings from Tractor Supply. We change their bedding once a day, so you really need a lot of these. For heating, we just use a heat lamp we also got from Tractor Supply. So food, supplements, and snacks. So ducks are specific because they need a higher dose of protein at the beginning stages. So we use this Do More 22% feed the beginning, and then around 2 weeks, we reduced it down to 20%. There's a ton of information out there on the internet on duck specific need initially. There's also a need for a very high percentage of the vitamin called B3, which is niacin. Niacin supports bone health, and so that's why they need a specific protein percentage when they're very little and these initial early growth stages. A silver duck in the middle there has a niacin deficiency. This is one of the classic symptoms of the deficiency is bowed legs inwards. It is very painful for the duck. So there's a couple of things people do. The initial thing is when they do feed them, they add brewer's yeast to the feed. This is high in niacin and it won't hurt the ducks to have it. And it will help the ones that could possibly have a deficiency. The second thing I'm doing specifically for the bird that's showing the deficiency is I'm giving them niacin in liquid form. I'm using a brand, this one right here, that many people have recommended. And then lastly, I am helping out the one that is showing the issues by having her swim in warmer water and build up the strength in her legs by swimming around. So one of the most fun things I like is giving the ducks different types of snacks now that they're old enough. So here you're going to see me preparing some mealworms for them. I've been adding niacin to the water. Yes, it does dilute it. But then I add the mealworms and I take it out to them and they just go absolutely crazy. And then recently I started giving them frozen peas that I've microwaved to be warm and mashed up. They also really love eating these. I also forgot to mention that ducks need chig grit. Basically, these are little stones, and because they don't have teeth, they collect them in their stomach. It helps grind up their food. Depending on the type of duck you have, if they're free range, they will pick up pebbles and things from outside. to, use instead of the grit, but it's always a good idea to give them grit so they don't have digestion issues. And lastly, the most fun thing to cover is the water. We have gone through a couple different sized water containers. The one on the left is the small one. We put a tin under it because they're insanely messy. And the one on the right was a larger one. Currently, they're using this even larger one, and it's working out perfectly for them. They need access to water at all times. They also need access to water to dunk their heads in to cool off long term. Now, when ducks are very tiny, they don't have the ability to swim. They can actually drown. So when you first put them in a pool, we use the baby pool. It's just a very small amount of water. They can get used to it. Once they develop their feathers and their oil glands, then they'll become waterproof. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. So hopefully I helped you with some supplies and materials you would need to get started with ducks. Definitely do your research. There's a lot of things I didn't cover, and these are just things that I learned along the way. So I will leave you off with one of my duck pool parties, and I'll see you next time.